Today, we're talking about the most exciting part of being a wedding photographer, and no, it's not taxes.
Keep waving. This is good stuff, man.
Welcome back to the 30 days of wedding photography videos up here on YouTube. Hopefully you've been enjoying, and feel free to comment. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, put them in the comments below or on whatever video that brings them to your mind, and I'm happy to get back to you. And also other people are happy to get back to you as well. It really has been a positive month so far, which is really nice. Usually there's a few people that are a little bit mean or offsetting the community over competition there. But this month, everybody seems to be in a good mood. So shout out to you. Today, we are going to be going through the back end of a wedding photography business, and that is kind of using Focal as the demo. Lachlan, the CEO of Focal, will actually be in this video walking you through the system. What I have discovered so far in my use of the system is that it is just so easy. It does all of the things that I need as a photographer and really kind of nothing else, which is great. If you are on the wait list already for your Focal website, more slots will be releasing soon, so look forward to that. And when you get the website done in this month, if you're on the wait list within January, you save the $935 USD setup fee. So they build a website for you. They have copywriters. You do a video call. You talk. I like these 3 websites. I hate this about my current website. If you have a website, you don't have to have a website yet. And they go out, they build you one, and they're like, here you go. Do you like it? And you're going to be like, yeah, I don't even want to change anything. So hit the link in the description to get on the wait list. In January, you save that money. If you sign up February 1st, you got to pay $935 US to get the same thing. So don't wait until then. Just do it now. And when you get that website, that comes with obviously the front end, but also the back end. And the back end is, at least for me as somebody that wants to run an efficient business, it is critically important. If you are doing something, for instance, what I did for years and years and years, it was kind of like Google items, like Excel spreadsheets and whatnot. And I was doing my invoicing through PayPal and doing money requests through PayPal. And then I was doing my contracts and PDFs and still printing. And I was just doing a lot of things in a lot of different places. Now everything is just all in one spot. And it is specifically designed just for photographers in a very simple way that's very easy to use and for your clients to use as well. Lachlan, I don't know if he mentions it within this video, but he was telling me that when you send out the payment request, because it looks so professional, it's third party, people tend to pay it a lot faster than doing something like a PayPal request or asking somebody to send you an e-transfer. So if you're somebody that's always chasing people for payments and it just gets awkward and it's weird because now you have to be the person that's requesting this, but then also you want to be like the nice person that's a client and their friend. Now you can do that through the Focal system, which makes it kind of breaks it out to be a little bit more third party. So now all of a sudden they are getting a request from something that doesn't really seem exactly like it's you sending it, but they want their shoot to go on as planned, so they'll pay it a little bit faster. So yeah, very, very cool system and a great way to keep you organized over your future wedding photography career. Another thing to kind of speak about is if you are in the early stages of your career right now, it is very easy to implement a system like this and carry it on forward. If you are somebody like me that already has a full season booked for next year and you're looking at the year being like, now I have to import all this stuff and it's a little overwhelming, just start now. Start small. You don't have to bring over your entire system. You can if you want, but if you already have bookings out there, start booking the new stuff through the Focal system. So a year from now, you don't have to worry about changing over, that all of your bookings for that calendar year are now going to be booking in Focal. So set yourself up for success. That's a line that I learned working in a kitchen at Outback Steakhouse. And with that Outback Steakhouse mention, let's get on to learning a little bit more about the back end of the Focal system. Here we are, joined by Lachlan. And he's going to show us a little bit about the back end of, I've had somewhat limited use with it so far since I just turned my site over. Obviously, January, February gets absolutely crazy for booking, so I will have lots of experience soon. But I figured if you want to kind of show us through the back end of the system and what a photographer could expect when it comes to booking new couples.
Yeah, of course. So I think really the ethos behind the way we design like Focal's booking system is just make everything really easy. Make it really easy for you, but also make it really easy like for the customer. So I guess we can use your site as an example. Something we've talked about before is how, most customers, one of the first pages they click on is the pricing page. And so that's, connected right to your Focal packages here. The customer can definitely like look at all the different packages you offer and the pricing. And then they can, dive into a package and really get a sense of your value as a photographer. They can read about what that package includes and the story behind it. So one of the main problems we wanted to solve with Focal's booking system was really trying to reduce the amount of repeat questions that you get as a photographer in your inquiries. I'm sure you guys are used to, how much does it cost? What does it include? And when are you available? And that's really what we set out to solve with the booking system. So you'll see here, like if you're on a package page as a customer, you get a really, really detailed understanding of what that package includes. You can see photos that would be examples of what you get from that sort of session. You can read about the story. I can understand what makes Taylor, unique as a photographer and what he brings to this package experience. And I can also, if he has connected his calendar, I can see his availability, which is really nice if I want to find, the dates that I have sort of in mind for my wedding. And that's also really cool for you as a photographer. You can sort of manage how you want to use that calendar. You can also turn off the calendar functionality, and it'll allow customers to just pick like a preferred date and send an inquiry for that date. So it makes it really easy for you because the customer is providing you all this really detailed information about what they're looking for. They are telling you pretty much exactly which session that they want. They're telling you the date, and they're, sending you a nice booking request inquiry. What's really cool about this is that, lands right in your focal dashboard. And you can get all the information there. And then it's super easy for you just to like send a booking right off to that customer. Maybe you have a quick phone conversation with them after you get the inquiry and they're all ready to book. And then all you have to do is go on your dashboard. You can attach a contract to your booking. We have contract templates, which you can make beforehand and then add them into bookings as they come. You can customize each of those contracts before they go out. And then it's really easy for you just to accept that booking. And it's going to send an automated email off to the customer, which is really awesome. One of the hardest things I know as a photographer can be, just asking for the money. And I know a lot of our photographers really like this system because it looks professional. It's very clean. And, customer gets a really nice email like this. So yeah, like the customer, they get that email. It's really easy for them to click on the view and pay booking button. It takes them to their public booking page, which is cool. It summarizes their entire booking. It has what's included. It shows the package description, all the policies you have. And then it's super simple for them to go in. They can sign their contract here. And then when they're ready, they can go in and pay the retainer. And they get a really, really seamless, professional, secure booking page powered by Stripe. And the photographers that have adopted the focal booking system are always really happy at how fast customers pay and how easy it is for them. They're never juggling around trying to send e-transfers or things like that. The customer knows what's expected, and usually they pay like almost immediately or within a day. And I know our photographers are always surprised by that. They don't have to ask. They just send that invoice email off, which is awesome.
That is awesome. And I love the experience on mobile as well. Looking at these kind of the same pages you just showed on a mobile device is just as seamless as on a computer.
Yeah.
And it's just great that it works on both platforms, because I know a few of my couples just don't have computers at home anymore. That's just the way that the world is moving, that phones do so much, iPads do so much that, it's a bit of a surprise to me, I guess.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
we've moved far away from that, but it's awesome that everything just kind of works across whatever platform you're on.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy that someone will just open up the email on their phone and hit the pay button, use their Apple Pay, and it's done in like, a couple of minutes. I always find it crazy. We had like, there was a recent wedding booked through the marketplace, and it was just incredible to see like this couple had inquired at like 8 p.m. at night. I think the photographer had hopped on a phone call with them like right away, and then by like 11, contract was signed. They paid the multi-$1,000 retainer, and it was like, wow. It's incredible how quick that process can be. Because I know for some photographers it can be a dozen emails or weeks before you actually get them booked in your calendar and paid for.
Yeah, but I think one of the benefits is essentially that now when your packages are online and you answer most of the questions, that when people are actually setting that first inquiry through, they're pretty much ready to book at that point, that there's no additional period required. I guess the variable would be for wedding photographers. Maybe if somebody's looking at 2 or 3 different photographers, sometimes you're kind of at the mercy of the fact that everyone else is super slow to get back to you and that they don't have enough information. So if they're waiting on like somebody else to get back to them, maybe it's 3 days. But also within that time, I find that a lot of I would probably say that most of the time, if they're waiting for someone to get back to them, you can usually secure the booking by just being like the person that is the most transparent, the most trustworthy, and the fastest to get back to them. That you can do that deal before other photographers even get back to them, which is probably the case with that example there. I would probably imagine that they would have reached out to a few different photographers. This one, they hear back from them right away. Maybe they were top 3, maybe they were top number 1. And all of a sudden, within a couple hours, you're booked for the wedding day.
Yeah, no, it's exactly like you said. Customer service goes such a long way. And I think that's a perfect example of that. And I think, like you said, with the packages, part of the value is that they do the selling for you as a photographer. So if you're somebody that maybe doesn't like the business side so much, this system just handles it for you. It actually conveys your value for you. It sells for you a little bit, which is really nice. Yeah. I think there's actually value. This might be a side note, but there's a lot of value in like creating packages that are a little bit more like out there, like unique packages. Here, I'm just trying to type. But I think those photographers are a really cool example. I think there's a lot of value in having packages that are even a little bit more out there, like unique to your portfolio. Just things like this. This is like a horse and carriage photo shoot experience. This photographer specializes in doing these horse and carriage, kind of like pre-wedding or engagement shoots in Victoria. And they're just super cool. And there's a lot of logistics involved, but I know he's booked a lot of customers that just, it's almost like, it's like when you go into a store and you're like looking around for things and then you see something and you're like, oh, I didn't need that. But now that I like see it on the shelf, I'm like, oh, I want that now. And I think that's something cool that the packages bring are, you know, customers find packages or experiences that they wouldn't necessarily think of wanting, but when they see it, they're like, oh, I want that. There's another example. Just today, customer was booking like a holiday box shoot through the marketplace, which is really cool. It's like this studio shoot where the photographer photoshops like these different, I don't know, studio scenes into this like box. I should just find the example. Yeah, like this Christmas in a box thing is really cool here. Always like these, but it's just like one of those things where the customer, like, they're never sitting at home and they're like, oh, I'd really love a Christmas in the box, you know, family session. But then when they see it, they're like, oh, I really want that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no, that's really awesome. That's a really cool idea too. I've never seen that done. So
random tangent.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And I guess, the package system also allows you to kind of branch out. You can keep your core wedding packages all together, and then you can branch out and see what people might be interested in. I feel like, especially in the family and maybe newborn space or commercial headshot space, like there's just so many different options. And unless you try it, you don't really know what might actually generate interest. And you might maybe be the world's first to do whatever style of shoot that you're doing, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that's something we run into the accelerator program. Sometimes photographers are like, well, you know, I've done a couple headshots here and there and I really enjoy it and I'd love to do more. How do I do that? And I go on their website and it's all about weddings. And I'm like, if no one knows that you do headshots, like how are they ever going to want to even book you for them? And they're like, oh yeah. And so that's something that the packages can do is you can have a separate, you know, package page just for your headshot stuff that, you know, even if someone inquires, you can send that link to them and then they get to see just your headshot packages. And it's really a great customer experience.
That is all for today. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that this gave you a little bit of clarity when it comes to what people do for the back end of their wedding photography business. This is definitely one of the most organized ways that you can keep your business, as well as it is a very efficient way for you to get paid. Just everything looks good, everything just works, and it's everything that you need to run a wedding photography business. So go check it out, get your name on that wait list if you're not on the wait list yet. Again, you're saving $935 in the setup fee. They build you a website, they write your copy for you, they build out your packages, they They give you the keys. You can obviously change things if you want, but in my experience, it was pretty much 95% ready to go. I think I spent about 20 minutes total tweaking things, and then my site was just online. Everything works. It's really a dream come true. And they'll even port over some of your blog posts if you want. That was another thing, I guess, kind of speaking to the back-end system of this, that it's very overwhelming to try to bring over every booking that you have into the system, and you can or you cannot do that if you want. Just start booking your new stuff through it, and that won't be a problem in a year and a half or 2 years from now. The other struggle is that I had so many back blog posts, and I could kind of just flag which ones I wanted them to bring over. And on your call, talk to them about what the additional cost might be for this, or if some are included. And I can bet that they're going to give you a pretty good deal for bringing over your blog posts as well, and making your life a lot easier, and just having a new website, new back-end business, a whole new business, new year, new business, same studio. See you next time. 30 days wedding photography videos. Don't forget to subscribe, turn the bell on. See you again tomorrow.